Hello there, welcome to this video. And before you watch any other video about DPDR, please watch this video because this is the only video you're going to need to watch. I'm going to give you a scenario and I'm willing to bet that you can relate to 90% or even 100% of this scenario. You had an experience once, you had a panic attack or you smoked some weed and you feel like you never came down from it. And in that instant, you felt a little bit weird. You felt a little bit off, maybe a little bit detached. And you're like, you know what, this is okay. It's just a little weird feeling I have. I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up and I'll just sort of sleep it off and feel better. So you do that and then you wake up and you're like, hang on a minute, this feeling's sort of still here. What's going on here? Surely this can't be normal. Like something's happening. So you jump onto Google and you start to type in things like, I feel like I'm in a bit of a dream, or I don't feel really attached to my body. And soon after a bit of searching, words like depersonalization and derealization and dissociation and DPDR and all these other things start to come up. And then you think, oh, hang on a minute, maybe, I can see those symptoms. That's sort of what I've got. So you start to do a little bit more digging. You start to go into forums, you start to look at videos, to really try and understand what you're going through and see if other people go through it. You want to know that you're not going crazy. You want to know how to get out of this. Is it possible to recover from all this stuff? Before you know it, 2 or 3 months has passed and you are obsessed about researching about this. You're watching every single video. You're in every single forum. You're constantly talking all the time about this stuff. And your initial goal of doing all this was to research it, understand it, and get better from it. But here's the thing. Are you feeling any better? Is anything actually improving? Or have you just spent all this time doing all this stuff with the intention of helping yourself, but things are actually feeling worse? And in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you know, really, really quickly summarized to be able to overcome all this stuff. And one of the first things and one of the most common things that everybody asks is there a cure? Now, a cure is a little bit of a wrong way of looking at it because a cure denotes there's just one thing that you can do to fix it. Say you've got an infection, the cure would be to take some antibiotics. You take a pill and the infection is gone. It's a cure. But the thing with DPDR, it's not like that. You can't just take a pill. You can't just snap your fingers. You can't just make a wish. You can't just hope. It's not like that. The things you can do right now to help you with your DPDR is to immediately get out of all the forums and to immediately stop watching any videos. All you're doing when you're doing that is you're continually reminding yourself that you have DPDR, and this is never going to get you anywhere. You get what you focus on. So if you're focusing on DPDR a lot, then of course it's going to perpetuate. And an example I can give, imagine you're thinking about buying a new car and you start to research the car, you start to look at the car, you go and buy a car. And then all of a sudden, when you're driving around, all you see and notice are the cars, and particularly the same car as yours. It's the same with DPDR. If you constantly research it, if you constantly look into all the forums and watch all the videos, all you're doing is making yourself look at all these symptoms and think about DPDR constantly. Number 2 is acceptance. And I don't mean just, oh, I've got DPDR, I'm just going to accept that this is how my life is. It's to do with the intrusive thoughts that you have, and it's to do with the existential questions that you have. So what you need to do is to accept them. And by that, I mean, don't engage with them. Don't try and answer the questions. You'll never be able to find an answer. And understand that the thoughts are just thoughts. You can change your thoughts by literally just thinking about something else. And they're not going to be there forever once you do start to overcome your DPDR. The next thing you can do to manage your symptoms is to practice grounding. And what grounding does is it gives you back your sort of sense of self. It makes you realize where you are. It sort of calms you down. And some of the ways that you can do this is you can really sort of trigger your senses. So you can hold a bit of ice or smell a really strong smell like lavender or tea tree oil or eucalyptus or something like that, or a hand cream or whatever it is, as long as it's got a strong smell. You can sit in your chair and really feel the weight of your body in your chair. If you're standing up, you can plant both feet on the ground and just feel the weight of your body on your feet. And finally, the last thing you can do, and by far the absolute best thing you can do, is to talk to somebody about it. And wait, before you go back into the groups and start talking about it, I'm not talking about speaking with other people who have DPDR, because we've already established that all that's going to do is perpetuate your thinking about it. I'm talking about either speaking to a therapist, a psychologist, or to myself, and I do coaching. And this is by far proven the best method to overcome your anxious thinking and to eventually just sort of see all the symptoms evaporate and dissipate. While you're doing all this stuff, some things for you to consider. If you do really feel the urge to go and keep watching more videos about DPR, just telling you more of the same stuff that you already know, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Really be honest with yourself and do your absolute best not to click the play button to get the video going. And if you can't resist hitting that play button, or if you can't resist going back into those forums, again, ask yourself why. This is really important. What are you getting out of your DPDR? Some people I've helped and worked with, they actually say to me, well, Dan, actually, in some ways, having DPDR isn't that bad because I don't really feel anything. It doesn't make me scared in situations where I used to be scared, or because I'm feeling so numb and I don't really have any emotions. The things I used to worry about, I don't need to worry about those anymore. You got to really weigh it up here. Are those couple of sort of positive things that you're getting out of it like more beneficial than all the horrible crap that you experience with it? I'm absolutely willing to bet that it's not. So really think about it. What are you getting out of keeping your DPDR? That's it, my friends. This is everything you need to know about overcoming DPDR, all packed into one little video. Get out of the forums, stop watching other videos, practice acceptance, practice grounding, and also number one is talk to somebody about it who isn't a DPDR sufferer in any of the forums, and they're really going to help you overcome all this anxious feelings. So I hope you've learned everything you need to know in this video, and trust me, yes, you might have DPDR, you might experience the symptoms. Staying in all those forums, watching all these videos are just going to make it go on and on and on and on. So you've got to get out of that. You've got to get your life back on track. And these things that I've mentioned are really absolutely the best way to do it. If you do want to reach out to me to get some coaching to help you overcome your DPDR once and for all, let's get it gone, then please reach out to me in the comments, or my contacts are in the description of the video.